Yeah. Hello everybody, this is Queen Bee and this is my very first Facebook Live doing a makeover. I'm doing a M to F, which is a male to female makeover for my friend Cait, who is about to swap seats with me. So bear with me 2 seconds, madame.
I don't know why I'm nervous.
No, you need to put your legs either beside me.
Am I in the right place?
Yes, it's just the cat's gotten in the way of the blooming wheelchair wheels now. So,
Oh yeah.
say hello.
Hello.
Okay, so you're not going to see me, but you are going to see Cait.
I didn't moisturise, by the way.
I'm about to do that for you. I'm trying to get the cat out of the way. There we go. Right, sit up. Thank you very much. Can't see who's watching. No, I don't want to know who's watching. Right, so what we're going to do, because the camera's got Cait's beautiful side profile, what we're going to do is after every interesting point, I'm going to ask Cait to turn around and you can see how she looks. So we're going to start out moisturising. Oops. This is scary because look at these fingernails. Ooh. Okay, so when you're doing a male to female, you have to make sure that you moisturise all the way down here. The lower face is very important because that's where most of the damage occurs with shaving and all those other nasty things. There we go. Do we feel lovely and moist?
We do, yeah. Lovely and moist, lovely and soft, lovely and smooth.
Good job. Okay, you can apply foundation with anything. I like these little cheeses because I find you can be a bit more precise with them, and then you get like a big part for coverage. So it would have been more interesting had I got the right foundation out before we started.
Okay.
So with Cait, because she's caught the sun, I'm going to use dark flesh. I use these paint sticks. And so number 4, dark flesh. I find that they're very cheap and you get good coverage with them as well. So make sure you get a fair bit around the lower face. It's good fun because you get to draw pictures on other people's faces whilst you're doing this. And then...
Don't do that.
You sure?
I don't want to be on live with a knob on my forehead.
And then keep your eyes closed. Can I just take your glasses off?
Yeah, be careful, they're a whole pound. What we're going to do is we're not looking for massive coverage, but what we are doing is we're looking to cover the whole face. And what we're looking to do in as much as possible is to make the face the same colour all over. And how you do that is you don't wipe it on, you sort of twist it on, so you're twisting it in. If you wipe it, you're just taking it straight back off again. So it'd be cool if we had like a fast forward on live, but we haven't. Don't gurn. No. Well, I am probably.
Just relax.
I've got an itchy chin.
Where?
Right at the front. Yeah. Thank you.
It's okay. It's good to know these nails come in useful. Okay, so you might be saying, oh, that makeup's too pale.
Yes, it is currently, but it won't be when I've finished. Because like I said, this is just, it's like your undercoat. And I always paint a little bit up the ears because you think her wig's going to come like this.
You can also, I also do this, the edges of my ears because they're big, so they tend to poke out of wigs. Top tip for any big ears out there.
Okay. You don't realise quite how long this bit takes until you're being filmed. Because normally we're just blethering.
Yeah.
Okay, so keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed. Right, open your eyes and look up. And then this is where the sharp edges come in quite useful, because you can get right up under your eyelashes so that you finish off the foundation properly. Right, if you'd like to have a look to camera and show them how beautiful you are while I put my correct glasses on. There we go. So it's all over. It's not necessarily covering everything, but it is all over. So what we're going to do next is we use a nice big brush like this, which is quite firm with a lot of coverage on it. As what is it? Andrea scores on the doors.
Yeah.
Yes. So then
I don't remember that. I'm too young.
You probably are.
Give us a twirl, Anthea.
Oh, that's it, Anthea. Okay, so I use W7 loose powder because I have to buy an awful lot of different colours. Pretty much any mineral powder, they're all as good as each other, right? In my opinion. And this one is, it says ivory, but it's not. It's one I've mixed up earlier. And then what I do is, if you mind your nose, I tip some in the lid like that, and then I work from the lid so that I don't waste it too much.
Okay.
And then you load up your brush, tap off what you're not going to use, and it's kind of like painting wood chip wallpaper. So what you do is you dab and jiggle, especially around the lower face area. So you go in and jiggle, in and jiggle, in and jiggle. And this is where you wear a big robe because it does make a mess. Okay. Keep your eyes closed, please. Face straight. There you go. So in and jiggle, in and jiggle, in and jiggle. And then what that does is it gives you the coverage that the foundation didn't. It sticks to the foundation because the foundation is your undercoat. And then in. Keep your eyes closed. And then when you come to the mid to higher face area, you can just sweep it on over your lids, your nose. Okay. There you go. Being a bit rough, I'm afraid. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
That's okay.
Here we go. In your ears. Right, now my favourite part is you have a brush. I use this one, which is it's like an angled brush, is quite wide, and I hold it like this on the hole so that you've got more control over it. Can you see that? There we go. And then I use, you can get hundreds of different types of face shaping. I happen to like this one, which is a company called Sleek. Again, it's not particularly expensive. It's probably like £2 or £3. What I do is I load up the brush and then I wipe off the excess. Okay, and then that gives you an idea of the pressure to use, how much powder's on the brush and what colour it's going to come out. And then again, making it a little bit more control. And then what we do is we find where the cheekbones are. Cait's got awesome cheekbones. We're going to go just under her cheekbones, so sort of level with that sticky out bit there. And we're just going to flick up gently like that, very gently. And then the temple, which is around about here-ish, and again just flick up very gently. And then her jawbone, what we're going to do is we're going to soften that out, and we do that by colouring in along the edge. So we're not going under and we're not going over, we're going along the edge of it like this, and just tickle that along so you're creating shadows. Okay, and then face straight, and then the same the other side, and same there. And then by using the shadows, you can sort of, you can reshape the face. You can make it a softer, more gentle jawline. And if you've got any, like Cait hasn't, but if you had any double chin or jowls or dewlaps, I think they used to be called, then you can just colour them in like that. Also, if you've got a prominent Adam's apple, which is quite unusual nowadays, you can Cait hasn't, you can put a little bit of colour on that just to knock it back out in, so it doesn't show out so much. Okay, and then if you want to, again, you make the brush as small as possible and you go down the sides of the nose and a little bit across there. And then what we're doing there is we're just narrowing her nose down a little bit. So if you want to look to camera, please. Okay. So we've got to camera. So we've got under the cheekbone and flick it up. In the temple, flick it up. Along the jaw just to soften it out. And then down either side of her nose and a bit across. And then what we're doing is we're narrowing and shortening it. And then what I'm going to do is, oh, I've got so much makeup, it's hard to pick them up. Okay, I now use a white powder. Dun, dun, dun. And the best white powder I ever bought was the stuff I got in Poundland one Halloween. I then bought a very expensive brand, who I shan't name, just in case, and I found it was rubbish, and I chucked it away and went and bought another Poundland one. So, okay. And then what we're doing is, with the white, we're going to put a line there. We're going to put a line there. We're going to go just under the brown one we've gone on the temple. We're going to go just above her eyebrows there. There we go. I'm going to do the same the other side. Just relax. And then we're going to go down there. And we're going to just make it tight again like that. I'm just going to go in there and a little bit there. Okay, right, it looks a bit scary, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our big brush again and we're just going to, basically you're blending that in. Can you put your face to me? Thank you. So we just up and out and blend that in. It only takes a couple of seconds. up and out. There we go, all done. So if you have a look in, so we've got more pronounced cheekbones, softened out jawline, narrowed out nose a little bit. So that's the basics done, and we've got really good beard coverage, which is a really unpleasant term, but no getting away from it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to do a very, very simple, straightforward look. Now, when you're painting other people's faces, especially when you're doing a male to female, most people aren't used to having people coming at their eyeballs with a stick. So I tend not to use eyeliner. I use a brush like this. I don't know if you can see that. There you go. And it's quite narrow and flat. And I use this instead of eyeliner. And you load it up with powder. Okay, eyes open, look up. If I do this side first, and then you very gently just press it in along there. If you have a look in the window, in the camera, there you go, instant eyeliner. And it's, because it's powder, you've also got that smoky look without trying too hard. Okay, look at me. Thank you, I'm beautiful, I know. There we go. Right, super duper. And then so Cait's got awesome big eyelids, and we don't have to do that much to sort of emphasize them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the same thing as I did under the eyelashes, above the eyelashes, and give her like more eyeliner. So if you close your eyes, pull the skin tight a little bit, and again flick it along the edges, just where the eyelash meets the skin. Open, there you go, close again. Same this side. Right, okay guys. And then you have a little look to make sure they're the same. And one's a little bit lighter than the other one, so I'm just going to darken that up and match it up a bit. So it's kind of like idiot-proof eyeliner. It's really good. And if you want to go a bit flicky or a bit cat-eye-ish, like look right here, thank you, and you can just take the tick out a little bit like so, and because we're doing smoky, you just smudge it. There we go. Right, now that looks a little bit scary at the moment because we've only just started. So we take another brush which is very similar, same shape, but it's softer. And I'm going to use this to put the colour on. Okay, so close your eyes. And I'm going to start out here and follow round the eye socket and just come in about a third of the way, very, very gently, because I don't want colour as such, I just want a hint of colour, just to give some definition. So I'm using like a mid-silvery grey for this bit. There we go. And you sort of pull that out to meet with the tick that you've done. Okay, so if you want to face this way but keep your eyes closed. There we go. Can you see? I've only done like the first third to about there. Super duper. Right, back this way. And then I've got, I love this one. It's Bourjois. They're dead cheap as well. It's a little silver shimmery pot. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this on the second third. So close your eyes. Right, open. Super duper. Right, now I would like you to look up And we're going to run that under the dark grey that we've done as well. Okay. And then I've got another bourgeois, same one, but it's in white. And again, it's shimmery.
White.
White. Thank God. There's an H in it, so it's white. Right, keep your eyes closed. And we do that in the inner third. So you've just created a smoky look without any effort whatsoever. There you go. Have a look in the mirror. Cool beans. And then again, if you open your eyes and look up, so we want to run that under there as well. Thank you.
So underneath you run the black and the silver and the white all
Yep.
on sort of top of each other.
Yep, and then it's just instant smoke without a lot of effort. And then if you remember, we used this white here for highlighting. What we're going to do is, do you not think cool? We're going to, Cait's awesome because she waxes her eyebrows, so they're quite nice. But oftentimes tea girls don't have the nicest eyebrows. So what we're going to do is we're going to pretend that she hasn't got nice eyebrows. And we're going to take the white and we're going to just go up in the eyebrow a little bit and the outside half. Just flicking the colour up into the hairs here. Now if you look to the camera, it makes that look slightly thinner and it makes your eye look more open and awake than this one. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, see, genius. So we'll do the other one.
I wouldn't go that far.
Shush. I'm Queen Bee, darling.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. There we go. So let's have a look. Right. What happens also is while you're painting, you get fallout. So close your eyes. Just flick that away. What some people do is they put like you can use talcum powder, or you can buy a proper powder for it. But why would you just use talc? And put like a big wodge of it here, and it will catch any fallout, and then you just flick it out. So that's that, and then we are going to do mascara. Mascara, I have a little peeve about mascara, so I'm using number 7, Midnight Lash, because I like it. So, mascara. When you're loading it up, put it in, jiggle it about, bring it out, wipe off the excess, and then you've loaded up your brush. If you pump it like this, what you're doing is you're drying it out, which means that your mascara won't last as long, and you're also pumping in germs. So when you buy any makeup, especially wet makeup like mascara, as soon as you get it home, open it up and smell it. Okay, smell. Fragrant. They're all going to smell different, but every time you use it, smell it. The minute the smell changes, throw it away, because it will have germs in it and it's no good for you. So eyes open, look up. So with mascara, if you start right at the root where your eyes and your lashes meet, jiggle it and then draw it right out past the ends of the hairs. And again, Cait's really lucky, she's got awesome eyelashes. Really long, lovely lashes. Okay, and then look down. If at any time you smudge or get a blob of mascara somewhere, don't panic and ignore it. Just leave it alone and let it dry. Once it's dried, you can just flick it off with a Q-tip. But if you try and get it off while it's wet, you're just going to make big smudges all over your face, which is not nice. There you go. So that's just one coat of this mascara. That's one of the reasons I like it, because it does a really, really good job. You're so pretty.
No, you are.
Oh, I know, right. So what we're going to do is even though I'm going to use false eyelashes, I still put mascara on. Couple of reasons. Number one, so that they blend in together and they look better. But another reason is also because having the mascara on the lashes helps support the weight of the eyelashes. Now that's just my opinion, but
Okay.
I'm the queen bee and what I say goes. Okay, so we're going to use some quite scary looking lashes today.
God blimey.
Oh, yes. So, and the cool thing about false eyelashes also is you can reuse them. So once you've finished with them, take them out, put them back on the plasticky thing, and you can reuse them. So they all come with their own little pot of glue, but I buy my own because I get through a lot of it. So you just run the glue along, and then you set it back inside the little pot for a couple of minutes while you do the other one, and then that allows the glue to go a wee bit tacky. I have got 8-inch fingernails at the moment, so getting the eyelashes out of the pot is not easy. I will get it, I will get it. Come here, you. Gotcha. Okay, so there's the other one. Let me just run it along. What some people do is they'll put glue on a hard surface and then run the lash through the glue. There's no right or wrong way about it. Whatever way gets glue on the lash. And the great thing about makeup is it's not permanent and there are no rules. So whatever you want to try it. If it doesn't work, try it a different way. Right, so normally you would check the size of eyelashes against eyes, but because Cait's worn these styles before, I know they fit her. So close your eyes very gently. There's going to be a lot of elbow in this shot, so I apologise in advance. Lift the skin out of the way, and then place the lash at the top of where the lashes meet the skin. Whoops. There we go. Try not to do it with massive fingernails. There we go. And then keep your eyes closed. This is why you don't do it with long fingernails. Oh, for goodness sake. This happens every time. One goes on really easy and the other one's a pain. So, right, while they're drying, I'm going to do Cait's lipstick. And I personally like to use a brush when I'm doing lipstick. And this is one of my favourites. It's only a little tiny small head, but it's very narrow. Can you see? Very narrow, which means that you can either do it wide or thin. And we are going to go with... I've got an escapee. Get back on there, yeah. I'm going to go with red, because I like red. Alright, so you load up the brush. Oh, another tip also is this has got quite a high wax content. You see how it's got a little shine in it and it's very slippy and smooth. Yeah. What that means is that if you're a little bit older like me, that's going to melt all over you. So when you get sort of over the age of 16, you might want a lipstick that's got a less wax content and it's a drier lipstick, and then it won't bleed all over your face. Right. You've opened your eyes, haven't you? Right, so open your mouth. Thank you. And the reason I like to use a brush is because you get a better line, and it's a crisper. Oh, there you go, foundation stuck there. Open. Not your eyes. Oh, you're so naughty.
Confusing.
How many times have I done your makeup? Don't talk. Okay, now as you can see, turn towards the camera, keep your eyes closed. Cait's got very thin lips, so what we do is we cheat and we draw them out a little bit. So back to me, thank you. Open a wee bit, thank you. So tiny little bit over the edge. When you're doing somebody else's makeup, this is usually the part that tickles, and it's very difficult to get them to keep still. But Cait's doing really well. Okay, open that. Okay. As you cut, like I said, if you're over the age of 18, when your skin's a little bit softer, just pull the skin taut and you get a sharper line. And again, I'm drawing just outside the edges, just to make her lips a little bit more full. Right, close your mouth. Cool. And if you look to the camera, thank you. Can you just like loosen them up a bit? That's it. Thank you. You'll see the same with most people is this side tends to be a wee bit fatter than this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pump out this side a little bit. So face back here. Relax. Open. Thank you. Now close gently. There we go. So pull it tight. I've painted hundreds of faces and it's always one side fatter than the other. And it always seems to be the same side as well. Which is unusual, right, Shemi? Keep your eyes closed. Okay. So that, to my mind, is still way too thin. So keep your eyes, mouth closed, sorry. You don't want to go too much, otherwise you'll look like Coco the Clown, which works for Coco but not for my clients. So there we go. Relax. There you go. Okay. Right, scary part now. Open your eyes. Big stretch. Rah. Hee hee. And then blusher brush. So again, it's sort of a not quite as big as your powder brush, but nice and soft and fluffy. Load it up with blusher, not too much, and then just tickle. Tickle.
Can I have big red rosy cheeks, please?
No. No, you really can't. I don't like it. Right, so if you have a look in the mirror, how beautiful is that?
Oh, that's divine.
I know, I'm so good. And then what we do is one of my favourites. Right. I'll be with you in a second. This is the magic happening here. Head up. Right.
Oh, that's not my hair.
Well,
I know.
My little girl used to have this done to her every day when she was small.
Right.
You can imagine, poor little thing. Right. There we go. And there we go. And that's her finished.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Okay, face back a bit. That's it. And then turn around. We don't want you hogging the camera, darling.
Sorry.
There we go. And that is Cait, male to female makeover. Pretty straightforward, absolutely gorgeous, and thank you very much for watching. If you have a nice opinion, please leave it. If you don't, keep it to yourself, because I really have a very fragile ego. Okay, thank you very much.